Hello everybody, my name is Shortline 819, K819 even. And I am here
Hi!
with my esteemed friend, my confidant.
Hello, everyone. It is I, your good friend Ryan.
Hi Ryan,
Hi, Michael.
how are you doing today?
Well, Michael, we have an objective here today, and whether we like it or not, there is truly a cultural event sweeping the world right now.
Indeed, but before we talk about that, hello Luna Pedalheart, welcome in. I've posted this frickin' everywhere. Before we talk about the Minecraft movie, let's talk about other things. What have you been up to, Mr. Ryan Lobster?
Well, do you want the honest answer, or do you want the not honest answer, Mr. Michael?
Go ahead, both, neither, whatever you want.
I wasted today doing literally nothing, but this is fine. We'll just fix it in post.
We will just fix it in post, otherwise known as tomorrow. Chicken jockey,
exactly.
chicken jockey, indeed.
Oh boy, yeah.
My day was fine. Got up early, went to my math class, did a bunch of world history readings, did a bunch of math homework, went to hang out with some friends, and that's really it. I've mostly just been doing schoolwork all day, and then hanging out with my friends for the past maybe like hour, 2 hours. Got home, showered, put everything together, and now we are here. But I did actually get in the mail a new thingy, a new toy, a Athearn Denver and Rio Grande Western SD40T-2 for $122, DCC and sound. And I got it out of the box, and the front drive shaft appears to have fallen out of its socket. So after the stream, I'm going to open up this locomotive and fix it, but that's for later.
Brilliant.
Absolutely charmigulous, as they say. Great, what else? Ryan, do you notice something?
What do you mean, do I notice
Do
something?
you notice something on stream? You notice something, Ryan? Do you take a gander at what the stream is like right now?
Let me investigate real quick, Michael. I forgot to pull it up. Hold on. How original. I'm getting an ad for the Minecraft meal.
Oh boy.
From McDonald's.
I'm pretty sure we will be talking about the merchandise, because I watched a video today about the merchandise, and oh boy.
Oh, the thumbnail. Oh, and the rat! Oh, he's right there.
I looked up Muppet Rat, and I got Bobby the Muppet Rat from some Muppet movie.
If I had to wager, that's probably the Great Muppet Caper, like all of the rats working in the kitchen at the hotel. But,
yeah, probably.
I could be wrong.
Can we just acknowledge, before we get into this, my excellent work in terms of the thumbnail?
The thumbnail was truly, you've done it again, Michael. You've done it again.
Yes, let me actually go ahead and, where is... Oh, I have it listed as, okay, there we go. let's just examine this thumbnail for a moment. So this picture, and we'll get more into this in a moment. This picture is a picture that I took before the movie started. The base picture with the creativity is essential. They showed a Watch Mojo video discussing Minecraft and had a grand total of 2 points before they showed the film. And then I started layering it over. So I decided to do Cyan Comic Sans. I am Steve, of course, with Wyden Bear in the background. Jack Black is in this twice. He's right here, obviously, as Steve. And then down here, Jack Black from... What movie is this? What Muppet movie is this?
The Muppets 2011.
From the Muppets 2011 with Flint and Steel, the Ingalls 4S, a soccer ball. We're just going to ignore that. Joe Biden Chicken. Our good friend Jazz Floor. Truly real. Chicken Jockey. As you can see, I decided to put on only my best wear, the Chicken Jockey shirt, right over here. Here is you. Why are we doing this? Handwritten. So,
yeah, that's my name. That's my name.
Oh yeah, Gonzo. Also Gonzo.
Yeah, Gonzo Core.
And Shadrach lifting a baked potato. And also Danny DeVito, what have I done? Just slight fade. So that's the thumbnail, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Ryan.
Yes, Michael.
I have a question for you.
I have an answer for you.
What?
Yeah, I felt like this movie was both underwhelming and overwhelming at the same time.
What? Where do we even begin? Where do we even start with this? Like,
there's nowhere to begin with this.
Okay, do you want to just begin with your experience in the theater? Because I know a lot of people are talking about that.
Well, it was great. We showed up. It was a full house. Mostly kids our age, and every time one of the jokes happened, everyone like clapped and cheered like it was some political rally.
Yeah, that's about my experience too.
Which honestly made for a very dynamic viewing experience.
Yeah, okay, so I pull up, so I go to the movie theater. This was Monday. So I get some work done, I go to the movie theater, it's pouring rain out like an absolute thunderstorm.
So I think that's a sign of things to come.
Yeah, I went to the movie theater, and when I got to the movie theater, the first thing I noticed is because I drive by that movie theater fairly often when I'm on that side of town, which I actually passed by the movie theater in the in my latest my video on Statesboro Area Transit, but that's a whole other story. Whenever I pass by that movie theater, I never see anyone in the parking lot. The only people who are in the parking lot are, I assume, the people who work there, because there's only like 5 cars. Copy, negative return, Vix! Oh my gosh! Fellow Fox streamer Vix has raided me with 12 people.
Oh, holy moly. Okay, hi. Hi everyone. This is Shortline SK819 stream, and I am his friend. You guys have to understand something. You guys better treat him with respect. Anyways, continue, Michael.
Yeah, hello. What was the alert sound on that? I don't even remember. Like the volume level. It sounded low on my end. But anyways, I don't get raids. Hello, Vix. How are you doing? What were you doing? Hello, Lone Wolf Guy. Hello, everybody. We're talking about the Minecraft movie. So, hello, XP Anime. Hello, Vix. Welcome in, friends. What was I gonna say? Y'all completely derailed my train of thought. Oh yeah,
we're talking about the parking lot.
Okay, yeah, so the parking lot was actually full this time, which was kind of surprising. So I get in to the theater. I walk into the theater, and I'm someone who's schedule one collab stream, like me and you talking about some random thing. Vix, I'll teach you how to play KSP. It'll be fun. I still need to watch that video, but other than me getting horribly distracted, I get into the theater. I get my ticket. I $14, by the way. I walk into the theater. There's already like 3 people there. Now, the last time I went to this theater was when I saw Red 1, and there was nobody. I think in that movie, there were a grand total of 3 people in that theater, counting myself. But when I got to the Minecraft movie, there were a grand total of 3 people, including myself. And then I started counting. I started counting how many people would walk in, because I was genuinely curious. Hello, Berkshire Maniac. Welcome in. I was genuinely curious about how many people would show up to see this film. And I'm like, okay, there's 5, there's 10, there's 15. And eventually, I think I lost track and eventually estimated there was like 60 people in this theater. 60, maybe 70 people in this theater. It was nearly full. And my friends, I went with my friends, Daniel and Josue, Dandy Star Surfer and Jonas D on YouTube, respectively. I always gotta plug my friends whenever I can. And we start watching the movie. And I will say, the best theater experience I've ever had. People are like, oh yeah, basically kind of like your theater experience where anytime any of the memes show up, people would get up, like yell and shout the memes and whatnot. There was surprisingly no one, I don't think anyone threw any popcorn, or someone somewhere else actually brought a live chicken into the theater and they were kicked out. But that didn't happen in my case. So I think...
Chicken jockey, womp
yeah,
womp.
chicken jockey. Hello, Gamwolfers, welcome in. And yeah, it was great because the majority of people in there were people our age, like 18 to 25-year-olds, because, college town and whatnot. And watching my friend Josue his brain slowly melted into his feet throughout the course of the film. He was either laughing or in stunned silence about, like, the absolute shock of what he was watching. And, yeah. Hello, Crimson, welcome in. Man, everyone's here today. So that was sort of my experience. Do you want to go into a bit more detail with yours, Ryan, or?
Yeah, yeah, so where I am, it's also a college town. We're also on the brain belt, so, there's a bunch of characters here. Like, there's a Friday night, so you also get the high school bunch as well. There's a Friday night at, like, 9:45 viewing. So
Yeah,
everyone clapped and cheered.
Mine
the popcorn was pretty meh. The soda was great.
Mine was a Monday night at 7, so that's part of the reason why I was surprised so many people actually did show up.
This is fair.
Continue.
So overall, I thought it was probably the best viewing experience because it kind of felt like we were all being taken on the ride, which was the ride of Hollywood hubris known as the Minecraft movie. Like, I don't think there's any other way you can sugarcoat this film as this is literally hubris, like, playing out before us, like to the nth degree.
Really? Like, when I think of the Minecraft movie, I really don't think of hubris. Is not a word that came to mind.
Well, it's hubris in the sense that I think they realized that they could probably create something that was admittedly pretty middling in quality, and I'm being very charitable with my description there, and realized that the meme culture would take hold of it, and I think they very much leaned into that. And let's face it, this movie was basically a setup for all of those one-liners in the trailer.
Yeah, my sort of theory with this film is that originally they made the film, or they at least got most of the way through where they couldn't go back and, like, dramatically change it. And they released the trailer, and they saw how people reacted to the memes, and they went back and almost, like, dumbed it down as much as they could. This movie feels like that there is stuff taken out of it that we just didn't see. It's
Actually, this is true. There's something that feels missing, but something like there's something that feels missing, but also this movie also feels very full at the same time. Like, there's the creative decisions for this film are nothing short of baffling.
Hank actually brings up a pretty good point in the general chat of my server. He says, watching the stream RN couldn't call it hubris as much as they called them having no idea what they were doing, considering the film was in development for 11 years. Yet you have to realize that this film was also in development hell. Like, okay, so when I go in to do a movie review, I typically have some sort of opening question in mind, that I ask you. It's our bit, right?
Or bit, I quite like that.
So before I saw this movie, I thought my question was going to be something along the lines of why didn't this come out 10 years ago when Minecraft was very popular among kids and whatnot? I mean, it's still pretty popular, but not in the same way that it was back then, especially if they're trying to make a movie for kids. Uh, However, after watching it, I realized that this movie is far too baffling to distill down to a single question. First of all, there's so many things wrong with that question. First of all, I don't think that this movie, at least in the way they made it, is actually for kids. Mining and
Well,
crafting, yes, Wizard Who Loves
so,
Games, yes.
so there was apparently, I did also do
Uh,
some research about this too. They had a director already booked for this film as early as 2014, I think it was.
Yeesh.
2014. The look was surprisingly similar to this film, and then I think he got booted off the project, and it basically sat in developmental hell, which womp womp.
Yeah, that explains some things, but I guess what I was sort of getting at is that, I think a lot of people who um, probably either don't know much about Minecraft or sort of older or just sort of dismiss these movies as, oh yeah, it's just for kids, it's for kids, right? When I went, and maybe this is my own personal experience, but I think that this is pretty common considering some of the reviews I've seen. The audience for this movie, even if it's inadvertent, right? It wasn't their intention. Which I think I think they realized this sort of by the end, when the memes sort of took hold. The audience for this movie is not kids. The audience for this movie is 18 to 25-year-olds, people of our age, college age people who grew up playing Minecraft and who just want to get into a room and have a collective metaphorical riot gawking at the slop on screen. That's the audience of this film.
Doing some background Wikipedia research. Apparently, the original draft of this movie was slated to have Steve Carell voice an anonymous character. Make of that as you will. But anyways, but instead we got Jason Momoa and Jack Black and I don't know who the other guys are. And the Piglin person. But anyways, I digress. As we were saying.
Yeah.
But I think ultimately when you look at it, I agree that the whole thing is that Minecraft, this movie definitely feels very adult, like alarmingly adult for a kids film, and I think ultimately that kind of ties back in with my theory that this is once again Hollywood hubris because they didn't have to, because I feel like a film that knew what it was doing and knew that it was like a passion project and wasn't one born out of confidence would have taken into account the audience it was in, like taken into account all of the stakeholders, and one of the big stakeholders being kids in this regard. I mean, not as much as it used to be, but still Minecraft still does pull the numbers with kids.
Absolutely,
Again,
but it's adult in the way that I didn't expect this many sex jokes in a Minecraft movie.
yes.
There's an entire subplot where I can't remember the actor's name, but a villager wanders into the real world and she meets the dumb principal of the school, and the entire quote-unquote subplot with 50 quotation marks around it is her basically falling in love and trying to fuck this villager. That's
To be fair, that subplot kind of made the film. It was so absurd.
I loved it. That was one of my favorite parts. It was like every now and then they would just randomly cut back to it with no rhyme or reason. And it was great.
Yeah.
And that end joke where that got all of us. That probably got the biggest like freak out moment in the theater. Where, by the way, absolute spoilers for this film, by the way. And there's an end joke at the very end of the movie where the principal and the villager get married, right? It's like a random gag, and the villager starts speaking in like a perfect British accent, and the principal starts speaking villager. That was the biggest freak out in the entire theater. It was legitimately funny.
Yes. That and also the one joke where it was Jeb appeared as the waiter.
Oh, and I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, Jeb appeared as the waiter in their date, and he asked principal lady, "Is he what is it? Is he Finnish?" And the woman goes, "No, he's Swedish."
Oh, I didn't even notice that. I didn't even notice that that was Jeb. I saw there was a Technoblade tribute, like, you know, the pig with the crown, which was
Yeah,
nice.
that was nice. There was a Dan TDM cameoed in this.
Really,
Um,
really.
yeah, in the auction scene. Uh, they like cut to him. It was nuts.
Well, to be fair, Dan
Um,
TDM is probably one of the only Minecraft YouTubers you could realistically put in without much controversy, because Dan TDM
yeah,
is like an actually pretty upstanding guy, all things considered. Shout out to Dan TDM for not like being
selling out.
popular and not selling out and actually being a decent human being. But that's besides the point. Um, yeah.
He was in a straitjacket. But
Do we want to go over the quote unquote plot of this film?
well, the plot of this film, it's funny because you would think this would be one of the easier films to make, like adapting from a popular franchise, because Minecraft already kind of has a set in stone plot that would work for a Hollywood film. Like the plot of, oh, I don't know, going and slaying the Ender Dragon, the thing that shows the credits at the end of the movie. Remember, not the movie, the film. No, the game. Yeah, yeah, the box. Yeah, because you know when you kill the Ender Dragon and jump in the portal, it's all the credits of Minecraft. Yeah, that kind of seems like a conclusion point, doesn't it? Right?
They just took that and was like, nah, we're not doing that. We want to do something different.
General Chungus, Michael.
Okay,
There is
let's. Yeah, I know. Okay, let's start from the beginning. In the beginning.
in the beginning there was nothing, and then there was Chippy, the town in Idaho.
Okay, no. You have to go back even more because this movie starts with a 15-minute exposition dump from Jack Black, basically explaining how when he was a kid he yearned for the mines, but he was always turned out of the mines. And then he went to go work for like a bagel company in like a corporate office, and he got sick of of his creativity being squandered. So he went back in the mines and activated the portal to the overworld and was in Minecraft. And then he just spent like there's literally a 10-minute segment at the beginning of the film where after Steve is just explaining various aspects of Minecraft and the whole story about how he goes into the Nether, and the Nether is ruled by the evil piglin queen Malgosha, who wants the orb that Jack Black used to get into Minecraft, because then she'll be able to control the overworld or something like that. And then she captures Jack Black and imprisons Jack Black, and then Jack Black sends his dog, Dennis, out into the real world to hide the orb. And this is the that would be a fine movie in and of itself, but it's just sort of condensed to like the first 15 minutes big ass exposition dump.
Can we also talk about like who the fuck is this villain that they're trying to push? Like, who is she? Is that even a character in the game?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Not even based on anything in the game.
Like, I know they've I've truly and properly like stopped keeping up with what they've added to the game after like 1.9.
That's not a thing in this game.
Yeah. Like I was going to say, like they already have two formidable bosses, the Wither and the Ender Dragon. Who is this chick?
Yeah, it's just a villain they event out of nowhere. Okay, so according to Hank, first of all, he said, imagine if Steve Carell was Steve, and then I suggested Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt as Mario.
Well, I have a whole discussion about like casting in this movie, but we'll get back to that later. He also says Peter Salit was the director, the Ender Dragon was going to be the villain, but Jared has said like, fuck that, piglins are now more original, and then we got General Big Chungus. Yeah, okay, so after this happens, we have the two main characters, Natalie and Henry. And I couldn't stop thinking of one, Natalie York from Voyage, which is one of my favorite books, and our good friend Henry Highland. I couldn't stop thinking of those two whenever their names were mentioned. So this movie would have been 10 times better if it was starring Henry.
Well, listen, if it was starring Henry, we'd be having, what is it, Sunday, like, blue box sessions every, like, 15 minutes to help, like, sporadically, to help ease the pain from what is possibly one of the most yuck scripts yuck screenplays to ever hit Hollywood, but I continue.
Okay, so, continuing with this, so yeah, it's Natalie and Henry. Their mom died. We know this because it's the first line that they say in the film. And they're moving to Chugless, Idaho, which is known for potato chips. They have a potato chip factory because it's Idaho.
Yeah,
That's the only thing anyone knows about Idaho is that they make potatoes.
Named Chippy, by the
Yeah,
way.
Chippy. And the next 20 minutes, like maybe 15 minutes of this film, is just them going around the town like, oh yeah, it's the first day for Henry at school, and the school is terrible, and they crush creativity, and then he builds a jetpack, and it doesn't work because some people, like, some of the bullies, like, fuck with the wiring, and then it crashes into Chippy, the big chip factory, and then Henry runs away, and, oh, we didn't even get into Jason Momoa's part.
Do we really have to? That, like, every time he was on screen, I kind of wanted to vomit.
Okay, long story short, Jason Momoa is a washed-up video game champion from the late 80s who's continually holding on to the past, and he has a store that's going to be foreclosed upon. And basically what ends up happening is he goes, because Steve has been in Minecraft for years and years and years, he goes to a storage unit auction in order to find a rare video game console, and he wins the storage unit auction. But also in the storage unit auction is the orb, and there's a weird scene where him and the guy who runs a storage unit have, like, really strange sexual tension. It's just... what? Like, And then anyways, after Henry murders Chippy, he runs away back to the store that Jason Momoa has and becomes curious about the orb and puts the orb together. It's a block-shaped orb, by the way, and there's two parts, and he puts the two things together. And then I think after that he runs to an abandoned mine. I don't remember much of this. And then they go into Minecraft, and then Natalie freaks out. She's like, where is my brother? And then she calls the real estate agent who helped them move in, who's this woman that I've seen in other things and is also a good actor, but I can't remember her name, but also gets, like, nothing to do in this film.
Okay, actually, she, what is it? She builds the hut, you know, the thing, you know, I'm sorry, you know, the mushroom.
Yeah, the thing
Anyways.
that, yeah, she builds the mushroom house, you know, the strat that Paul Soares Jr. taught me in 2013.
Hold on. Yeah, Daniela Brooks. That's the woman.
Okay, okay.
If I remember correctly, also, one of the actors tried to, tried to actually, asked if they could play Minecraft to better understand the role, and one of the directors said it's too complicated for you, which I think is just one of the... I wouldn't say it's gut-wrenching, but it almost feels like a 100-ton anvil being placed on your head and watching it decapitate someone with a live leak watermark all over it.
Yeah.
Oh, holy shit, hold on. You are right. Daniela Brooks is actually very talented. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry to interrupt you. She's done Shakespeare, which is not easy.
Yeah, like, I know most people probably know her from, like, Orange is the New Black and some other things, but she's, like, it's a shame because, like, I know she's a good actor, but her potential is just utterly wasted in this film, and I feel sorry for her. Like, I don't even remember her character's name. Like, that's how little she matters throughout the plot.
Well, and also, I'm gonna be honest, like, this film kind of, and I understand, like, while we're talking about the plot, this film suffered from too much random XD. This film would have done numbers with those kind of jokes 10 years ago.
Yeah, exactly, which probably explains why so much of it is in the film, because, you know. But anyways, Yeah, continue, Ryan, continue.
I'll hold on, let me take the reins here, Michael. Just let me explain. Basically, we're getting to the part where Daniela Brooks, what is it? Natalie go looking for Henry. They all basically find their way into the Minecraft world by way of abandoned mine, which in my head canon was once served by Burlington Northern.
By the way, go follow Vix if you haven't already. Just did the shout. I forgot to do that. Also, yeah, absolutely served by Burlington. Actually, no, it's
Yeah.
Idaho, so it'd be
Well,
UP.
wait, but hold on, no.
Where? Okay,
No,
it
actually,
depends where in.
where is Chugless? All right, chat. Can we find Chugless, Idaho?
All right, let's determine what railroad would have served, or probably does still serve Chugless, Wyoming. Let's go to hit website rail guide. Okay, so if it's in southern Idaho, it's probably UP or some random short line. If it's in northern Idaho, it's probably BNSF.
Michael, how much do I have to pay you for the Chugless State of Idaho Chugless boxcar?
Pay
Come
me?
on!
Why do you have to pay me for this?
Because you would do it. You can do customs.
Not very well.
You can do it.
Okay. So I was thinking. Okay, well, can we get Ryan? Can you make, or have someone else make, the Chugless and Midport connecting railroad? It serves the potato chip plant, and they have a trillion IPD boxcars, and they have 2 locomotives. They have a CF7 that's rusted out to hell, and they have some Jeep that's painted up in the Steve scheme, which is the light blue, the dark blue,
The
yellow,
what?
and brown.
Hello?
The
Hello?
Steve.
Michael? Oh,
Ryan?
all right. Can you glitched out for like a solid 30 seconds.
Okay, make this the Chugless and Midport Jeep, where it's in the Steve scheme, which is light blue, dark blue, yellow, and brown.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Captain Michael, sir. Yeah, but no. Basically, what happens is they go to a
rolling
mine.
line. Yeah, trains are rolling line. Either will do. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, but basically they make it all to the Minecraft world. And it's this whole thing where I'm gonna be honest with you, even I'm having a hard time explaining about this because this part was just dragged. This part was not the part when you're making a Minecraft movie, I don't care about a potato factory. I care about flint and steel.
The thing is that I think that part of the movie actually has some sort of actually decent humor, which is how boring and all the sort of dry humor that actually exists. I feel like that if I actually kind of like it, but if it wasn't in the Minecraft movie, it's dude, this isn't a Minecraft movie. Why are we going about this Idaho town that's served by Burlington Northern?
Yeah, the Burlington Northern. It connects with the Chugless and Midport. Yeah, that's the yeah. Come on.
That's our railroad headcanon for this movie. Yeah. It's absolutely it's confirmed.
Yeah, come on. We'll tweet the director.
Tweet the director. Anyways, continue, Ryan.
But basically what happens is they make it to the Minecraft world, and it's from this point on, it's the same kind of beats in the 2014 Smurfs movie where they go to New York, because it's all oh, this is different. It's because the night goes, because the transition from day to night, it's 10 minutes. It's oh, did that go by so fast? And it's oh, we're gonna punch a tree now. And it's we're gonna build. And then they don't even obey Minecraft logic because he built a fucking fort out of logs instead of converting into planks. It's okay.
Maybe he doesn't know that he has an inventory and the basic crafting system.
But even then, all you have to do is press E. Which yeah, I don't know. But anyways, but back to explaining the plot for those who haven't seen it. And then like they learn about the mobs, and then like they think they get all like a creeper blows up the base, and then like there's zombies, and then Steve appears and he does like a skadoosh thing, and then he says, "I am Steve," and then they're off on a whirlwind adventure. It's basically this whole fucking thing.
Yeah,
It's
this
basically. I'll conclude by saying this. It's basically the MacGuffin movie. It is a MacGuffin movie where they have to go to the thing to get the other thing, and then they can go home. That's it.
yeah, and I think that first part where they first get into Minecraft really highlighted to me the main problem that this film has in terms of being a Minecraft adaptation, which is they pick and choose random elements from Minecraft, right? And the aesthetics of this world are overall Minecraft, but there's nothing intrinsically Minecraft about it, right? Like when you think of Minecraft moments, right? The first day of Minecraft, your first day in your world, always goes basically everybody, it always sort of goes the same. You spawn in, you go, you punch the tree, which I mean they do punch the tree, right? Um, and
Where's that?
basically it's sort of like a mad rush to maybe get basic tools, get some food, and get some shelter. Typically just a hole in the ground before all the mobs come out. And that is so like ingrained in Minecraft. Like it's the first thing that everybody does no matter what survival world you're starting, or maybe not everybody, but most of us. And that's just not in the film. They spawn into Minecraft and they realize that they can punch trees, and then night happens and then they build a big fort. And it just doesn't make like I mean, yeah, you can do that in Minecraft, right? But it's not like something that most people do, right? And even then, right, in Minecraft, you're dealing with things like hunger, you're dealing with, it takes a while. They build this fort incredibly quickly. Minecraft is often tedious at times, and it doesn't really capture that. And like, what other Minecraft moments do they have in this film? Like, specifically Minecraft moments. Are there really any?
Well, like, the specific Minecraft moments that come to my mind, like when you're in Minecraft, like the key things: dirt hut, hole in the ground, getting your shit blown up by creepers, going to the end. Yeah, the end. The end. I don't know if they. I mean,
They
it's not
go
like
to
it
the
exists
Nether.
in this. Yeah, but that's like, yeah, you go to the Nether, but like, also, you know, I'm gonna. Whatever happened to the zombie pigmen being tame until you like,
Put gold on.
until you like, or
Yeah.
no, until you hurt them? I feel like this movie cherry picked. This movie cherry
Ryan?
picked things that would be convenient for a plot, and I use the term plot very loosely here, because it's very this movie could have very easily been written in a week. Like, I'm convinced they probably had a boardroom like week retreat to fucking they probably took a week retreat to I don't fucking know. They had a week retreat to Tokyo, Japan, sat in a boardroom, did 2 bottles of fucking vodka, and pounded out this script. I am convinced. Or something similar.
Gam says they should have stolen the plot of the NES Wizard movie. Haven't seen that, but yeah, like there's no like intrinsically deep, like recognizable Minecraft moments in this. They don't show the frustration, the occasional frustration, and the joy that accompanies finishing a project, building a big project. They don't show like mining can be very tedious, right? We've all done that. They don't show that.
They didn't show like the giant, like if you get on like a server and someone's literally like made a like flat world underneath the stone and it's just all mined out. Like they haven't shown that. Like where is that?
They don't show dying and losing all of your stuff. The concept of an inventory does not exist within this game. They do, quote unquote, die at some point, and then they wake up in the Pulsar's Junior Mushroom Hut built by the Shakespeare actor.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's gotta be like the Shakespeare actor Mushroom Hut. Like, this movie doesn't feel real. This movie can't be real. They have, like, the most eclectic cast. General Chungus.
Oh yeah, okay, so Malgosha lets Steve out of the Nether because she wants Steve to go get the orb from the Minecraft from our main protagonists. And of course, Malgosha is an idiot because Steve just goes and helps them.
Can we also talk about how the MacGuffin in this film, the orb, is not a thing in Minecraft?
No, it isn't.
Yeah. And also, can we also talk about? I'm sorry, I don't mean to sidetrack you so much, but like,
no. This plot, this review. Initially, I was thinking, oh yeah, it's gonna be kind of a structured thing. No, this is going all over the place. Just whatever the frick we want to talk about.
When we talk about the plot, can we talk about the quote unquote villain arc, where literally the fucking Magosha, I'm sorry, the non-entity, that's what I'm calling her, because she's not in the game. She is not in the game, so therefore she does not get the respect of being named a character.
But Ryan, they added her as DLC on Bedrock Edition after this movie came out.
They did?
They did.
What a fucking... I'm sorry, pardon my French. What a fucking load of losers. What the hell? This is like Minecraft is possibly the biggest cultural gaming event.
Yeah. Oh, Ryan.
And they have the gall to not include any...
Ryan, you keep cutting out. Or maybe it's me. How's the stream, guys? Huh?
Pay for this film. Like, to quote Randy Feltface, its vanity is sucking up my bandwidth.
Well, I wish I could have heard any of that, but my bandwidth, or your bandwidth, decided to die, so I didn't hear a word you said.
Oh, when did I cut out?
Basically all through that.
Okay, basically, what I was saying is that this movie sucks up my bandwidth because she's a non-entity character whose arc was founded by Nether's Got Talent.
Yeah, okay, so if the big thing is like that if you're in the Nether, because okay, that was the most confusing scene for me. Because like they're hosting a talent show in the Nether and Malgosha is dancing. But then like I guess the Piglin King comes along and says like, okay, why are you dancing? You gotta go mine gold. And at that point, Malgosha's like, I will reject all forms of creativity. But if the piglins reject all forms of creativity, why are they holding a talent show?
Also, can we just talk about how lazy do you have to be to make Nether's Got Talent?
You're right, this was written in a weekend.
Yeah, like, how late... Like, at the very least, can you do, like, I don't know, throw a bone to the middle-aged moms that have been forced to watch this with their kids, and, like, I don't know, like, Nether Idol? I don't know. Nether in Idol? Nether in Idol? I don't know. Like, this movie frustrates... Like, don't get me wrong, this movie is entirely worth watching just for the spectacle. Like, yeah... I'm pretty sure the enjoyment you get from watching this film is exponential with the amount of shots you take.
Yeah, or the number of people in the theater.
Yeah, or the number of live chickens in the theater, too.
I will say, this is probably the most fun I've ever had actually watching a film, although that's entirely because of the theater audience and not because of the film itself.
Yeah.
I feel like if you were to sit me down and had me watch the Minecraft movie all the way through by myself, I would be miserable the entire time.
Yes.
What else?
I mean, also, like, on its own, like, without the audience kind of poking fun at it as well, like, it's kind of boring.
Yeah. I mean, like, this is a strange sort of case, because, in terms of a film, because I feel like, because this is making loads of money, that there's some Hollywood executive who's like, well, we can make another ironically bad, intentionally bad video game adaptation, and we can artificially push the memes, and we'll make $1 trillion like we did with Minecraft. No. This is a perfect storm of the fact that, first of all, it's Minecraft. Like, it's the most popular game ever made. It's such a cultural touchstone to so many people, including us, right? Both of us grew up playing Minecraft. I'm pretty sure most of the people watching probably grew up playing Minecraft. It's also a perfect storm in terms of it was in development hell, which meant that by the time they finally did get around to making it, the film was so muddled and frankly bad that when they released that trailer, everyone collectively agreed this is going to be absolutely horrible. From the moment that the trailer released, I don't remember seeing a single person who said, "Oh yeah, this is going to be decent." And it because it was so bad, and because it's basically corporate Hollywood slop, and that kind of stuff is, people love to poke fun of that nowadays. Like, that's the big trend. That's why this movie is doing so well. That's why this movie was so successful, despite being, frankly, so horrible. It's a perfect storm, lightning in a bottle. You're never gonna see something like this for years and years and years and years.
The sad thing is that you can make a movie based on a product and have it be very good. Like, the Lego movie, I think, is possibly the gold star example of this. And I think it's incredibly tragic. It's incredibly tragic because I feel like Minecraft for a lot of people is a lot more than just a fun game. Like, I mean, it is, but it's also, for our generation, it was kind of I think you can probably make the claim that a lot of people grew up on it. I mean, we grew up on it.
Yeah,
I think we can safely say that. I mean, it united us when we were literal oceans apart. And I don't say that in hyperbole. I say that as
literally.
Yeah, exactly. And so, I feel like the fact is that there's almost a sense of tragedy to the Minecraft movie, in the sense that you probably could have had a really well done, really reserved film that didn't have all of these all of the classic Hollywood trappings of this has to be as corporate and mandated and as
what an executive thinks Minecraft is.
Yeah. You know what? This film also probably, just as we said, this film was probably written in a weekend. There's probably an equal argument to be made that some divorced executive got the kids for the weekend and desperately wanted to appease them and took the, stillborn Minecraft movie project and put that thing on full blast. I'm pretty sure you can also make that argument, judging by just how inconsistent this movie is. But
this movie has no consistent plot. It's pure slop spectacle. That's all it is. And you're never going to see anything like it ever again. And it really is... Listen, part of me does feel sad because, Minecraft is such a special and beautiful and unique game that you would not get any of that, not even an inkling, by watching this movie. And it really does make me sad that we're probably not going to see a proper, well-done Minecraft movie. On the other hand, with the direction Hollywood has really gone for the past decade, number one, are they even capable of doing that? Number two, does it really matter? If I want a piece of good Minecraft content that really tells people this is what Minecraft is, this is what Minecraft's about, I can just go on YouTube and find something. I was watching, I forget the guy's name. I was just browsing YouTube the other day, and in my recommendation, a channel came up. Let me see if I can find this guy. But it was basically a guy who was telling the story of a civilization in Minecraft. He had one video. The video had 4,000 views, and he was building the things in Minecraft, but then he was animating the villagers over it and telling these deep stories about how the civilization started to grow and the people in the civilization, and he even made his own custom conlang for it, which is basically a manufactured language. So it all felt so immersive and so real. And I'm like, if that's the kind of stuff that independent people by themselves are making today with Minecraft, who gives a damn if Hollywood makes another corporate slop film? I don't need to see it on the big screen in order for Minecraft to be this thing. I feel like there's this misconception, and maybe this was more true in the past, but it's absolutely been demolished by the fact that we have the internet. That's because, in the past there was a sort of thing like if you had a good story to be told, you could make it on the big screen. You had to put it on the big screen for people to see. Where now, yeah, just put it on YouTube and it'll get just as many views, just as popular. Let me see if I can find this guy. Shit. But yeah, that's sort of my point. Like, just people were saying, oh yeah, do we need a Minecraft movie? Like, is this even something that is necessary in the modern day? Oh yeah, Skyline, 725 subscribers. Go subscribe to this guy and watch the one video that he made. It's well worth it. It's absolutely wonderful. Have anything to say to that, Ryan?
You're definitely right that I think as Hollywood kind of falters and teeters, that I think fan-driven content will definitely rise to the occasion. There's gonna be a really sad comparison, like sad reflecting on like my mental state. But you kind of saw this with the Thomas and Friends community. Like I know this is like a really weird comparison, but I know you probably haven't.
I understand.
Yeah, I know you probably haven't thought about it in years, but the common joke that I say is that because I'm a Train fan, I'm contractually obligated to keep tabs on the Thomas community. But again, like when a company mishandles a property, usually there's enough fan support and enough reverence, usually you'll be able to find usually the amount of fan-made diamonds that don't have to, bend to the will of corporate hubris, You know what I mean?
Yeah, I absolutely get it.
Here.
I see it with Team Fortress 2.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, what else was gonna say? Yeah.
This movie's just overall, like... I mean, you walk out of the theater and it was just this kind of surreal feeling.
Yeah, definitely. Like, what did I just watch?
And also considering the fact that this, like, if you played your cards correctly, this could have very easily been, like, what is it?
A utter disaster.
Well, no, if you played your card... I was actually going to say the opposite. If you played your cards right and actually made a pretty competent film, this could have been, like, the next Lego movie.
Yeah.
But, they didn't. And so now we're here.
How did the Chicken Jockey mini riots compare to the McDonald's Szechuan sauce mini riots? I don't know. We didn't have... I mean, people, like, yelled and shouted at the various, funny things in the theater, but I didn't... I know, obviously, there are, like, quasi-riots happening, but, I didn't see a riot or whatnot in my theater.
Similar story here.
I feel like that's overblown. It's overblown for clicks. Obviously, there are a bunch of people who are doing that, but, like, it's not like every single theater. This, I think it's sort of getting to the core of, like, modern Hollywood nowadays, because watching Cats 2019, watching this, watching Red 1, and a couple of weeks ago, over spring break, I watched the Men in Black movies, and those are still relatively recent films, like early 2000s, right? And it just, all of this sort of stuff made me think of, like, why is Hollywood declining? And the simple answer is, if you are a film creative type, 30 years ago, you went into Hollywood, because that's typically the only way that you could actually tell these stories. Nowadays, if you're a film creative type, you don't go into Hollywood, you make a YouTube channel. And that's part of the reason why they've just lost it. Plain and simple.
And also, the film industry was, as you were alluding to, the film industry was significantly different, 30, 40 different years ago.
Yeah. This film is paradoxical. This film is paradoxical in so many ways. First of all, Jack Black. Can we talk about casting now, other than with Jack Black?
Well, yeah, the casting was, well, the casting was cast.
Yeah.
They definitely put people in the positions of characters that existed.
Yeah, my thing with Jack Black is, like, I like Jack Black. He's a good, funny guy. And my friend Josue put it best: if you want to make a faithful Minecraft movie, you don't cast Jack Black. If you want to make an entertaining Minecraft movie, you cast Jack Black. And Jack Black really doesn't even play any character. He's walking exposition dump. which by somehow just describing what's going on in this world, by just describing the events of the film, he manages to single-handedly carry this film. I know Hank mentioned, in my Discord, he mentioned, who was it? Steve Carell as Steve. And then I mentioned Chris Pratt, but I was really thinking, if you swap, there is an alternate version of this film where instead of Jack Black, they cast Chris Pratt as Steve, and this film would have lost so much money. You know, you see Hollywood trying to cast all these big name celebrities in films and hoping they'll draw people in. I feel like this is one of the only times in recent memory where one of these films has done that and it has actually worked.
Well, to be fair, Jack Black really did take the role of Steve, and he really, he ran with it. Yes. Do I agree with the way he interpreted Steve? No. But he ran with it and he made it a memorable character, so props to him.
Yeah, and you can tell that he was actually having quite a lot of fun while doing it.
And you know what? Ultimately, I feel like that energy really played off in the sense that. Oh, also, quick sidebar here. What the fuck was up with the songs?
Yeah.
What? Like, I'm sorry, but like. It was cute in the Mario movie when Jack Black sung about peaches. It's not cute here when he sings about lava chicken, something that doesn't exist in the game. I'm just like... And also, since when was Minecraft a musical? This is probably like the most uncanny thing coming from me, but like...
Okay, I have a story relating to that. So, I intentionally went and tried to be as blind as when we decided that we were going to review the Minecraft movie, like, I don't know, a month ago. I went ahead and tried to avoid as much Minecraft movie content as I possibly could. The one thing that I already seen the original trailer, so I already knew like what I was getting into in a broad sense. But I knew that the one thing I was spoiled on was the Steve Lava Chicken song. My friend Josue, sitting next to me, he had no idea about that. So when I knew it was coming up in the film, just, you know, because they were walking over to the Steve's Lava Chicken booth, and I turn over to him, and I just watch his reaction to it, and I think that's when, because he was already laughing significantly through the first part, I think that's when a switch turned on in his brain, and just was like, oh my gosh, what the hell am I watching? And just like, I think his brain melted into his feet by that point. It disintegrated into a billion shattered pieces. It was just like,
Little Crumb.
It became Kroshik the Seal, Little Crumb himself.
I'm so glad he manifested at, I'd sure love it when he manifested a theater in the southeast of the United States while watching the Minecraft movie.
My friend Sean said, sorry for your suffering when talking about reviewing the Minecraft movie.
Well, no, this is the thing I like about reviewing stuff with you is that it just turns more into like, it turns
less and less into a review and more of a ramble.
Yeah, and to be fair, what is a review if not a ramble?
Yeah, true. Okay, so that's the first paradoxical aspect of this film. The second paradox, the fact that Jack Black is pure exposition and manages to carry the film single-handedly, which is like, what? The second sort of paradoxical thing about this film is that it is very obvious that after a certain point, they knew that this wasn't going to be good, and they just made it worse, and it somehow succeeded in still being funny. Because the thing about It's So Bad It's Good movies, which a lot of people are describing this as, is that It's So Bad It's Good is a unintentional quality. The people, you cannot make an intentional It's So Bad It's Good because then it just won't be good. The people making it need to have treated it completely seriously and either made it so weird or failed in such a way that it naturally acquires those comedic prospects. This might be the first movie I have ever seen, maybe the first movie ever, that they intentionally made bad, and it still somehow managed to be funny.
This says a lot about society, and yet we live in one.
You know, we're living in a society, right? As famous 20th century philosopher George Costanza once said. But,
Of course. But anyways, as you were saying,
okay,
yes.
so anything to add, or?
I mean, I feel like... Oh no, the roommates are playing music. But, or the suite mates. But honestly, this film, talking about this film feels like it's like getting slapped in the face and then receiving a warm hug at the same time.
Yeah. The third... Continue.
Because I feel like that there's... I mean, there's just so much to... Like, again, there's so much to unpack. Like, the baffling... Like, I mean, as you said, like, because although this feels like it was written in a night or two, if we're being lucky, and, you know, all of the people involved were probably on some very, very, very illicit substances. Like, I feel like that there's... This movie, it's actively frying my brain.
Yeah.
I don't know about you.
It definitely does that the more you think about it. Also, just in general, my third and sort of final point as it relates to this film is paradoxical. This film is simultaneously the most ironic film I have ever watched, but it also somehow manages to be the most sincere in the fact that it doesn't constantly, like, you know the Marvel insincerity where something crazy happens and it turns at the camera and says, well, that happened. Whoa, I'm in Minecraft, you're Steve, why is everything made of blocks? Whoa, you know, stuff like that. It's okay, you're cool for watching this ridiculous film. It doesn't do that, and I do weirdly appreciate that. I do appreciate that, but I think the reason why it doesn't do that is because it goes so quick once you're in Minecraft that it doesn't have time to stop and breathe and to pause the movie to turn at the camera and do that.
And for that, I think we're eternally grateful.
Do we want to read some reviews?
Honestly, one of my favorite reviews is, hold on. It's from Man Carrying Thing.
Oh yeah, Man Carrying Thing's review is absolutely wonderful.
His letterbox review, his letterbox review is possibly one of the greatest of all time. It's half a star, and says there's a character named General Chungus, and that's it. Which this says a lot about society, and yet we live in one.
This says a lot about society, yet we live in one. Okay, Rotten Tomatoes, can you load?
Well, I want to see what the ratings.
We'll read some reviews. We'll look up some more lore about the film. 48% critic score. That's higher than I thought. 88% popcorn meter.
Let's see. Let's see what we can do here. Members, fans, likes, reviews. Here we go.
You all.
Quote: I survived the chicken jockey scene. 5 stars.
It's got enough personality to make me wish that Hess had a still freer hand. Don't mistake my curiosity for enthusiasm. I can't recommend this to anyone to see a Minecraft movie, not even a child. Yeah, and when I left the theater, I was thinking, okay, if I were a parent, I wouldn't take my kid to see this.
Well, apparently what they're doing is they're actually... Some theaters are having it so that if you're a minor, you can't enter.
Interesting.
Let's see. These reviews are all over the place.
It's a cynical workshop product that's producer notes to death. There are 5 people credited with writing the script. It is logical to think with so many people there would not be glaring holes in the writing. Holes are plentiful. Yeah.
Alright, I think I found a humdinger review. I had never been to a theater where the movie had to be paused until today. The teens in the surrounding 2 roads were confronted by irritated parents, hurled profanities at will, and even played Clash Royale with the volume on before they got kicked out by security. They were honestly more entertaining than the film itself. Truly a remarkable theater experience. Here we go. Here we go.
The
3 out of 5 stars. Hold on. Okay, go on, Michael. Go on.
The villain, a piglet named Malgosha who hates creativity and is obsessed with hoarding wealth, provides an inadvertently neat allegory for the studio bosses who greenlit this egregious IP cash-in. Continue, Ryan. Continue.
Awesome. Yeah, we got 3 out of 5 stars. It was very hard not to throw my drink cup into the front row. This was an amazing theatrical experience that I will never forget. Oh, this is fantastic. This is fantastic. Are you on Rotten Tomatoes?
I am, yeah. I'm looking at critic reviews.
2 out of 5 stars. Chicken jockey. 2.5 stars out of 5. A beautiful shit. Oh my god. What is
Hess's
this?
take on the Minecraft movie is essentially a meathead version of the Wizard of Oz. Huh? There's a Toto. There's a cubist dog.
There's a cubist dog. God, I think the reviews are honestly significantly more funny than the movie itself.
Let me look at some of the the normal reviews.
Hold on, I got
Love the chicken jockey, 5 stars.
audience reviews, view all 100.
Absolute cinema, chicken jockey has forever changed my life. Best movie I've seen in years. Truly peak cinema. The visuals, the CGI, the storyline, the characters. Chicken jockey, truly incredible. 10 out of 10 movie. Especially the line, first you mine, then you craft. Let's Minecraft. Actually tough, bro. No one cheered at that line in my theater, which I was surprised about.
Right. Yeah, no one did. I thought that was probably the most, like, forced joke, and I'm glad that it didn't land.
Yeah.
Forced to watch it with my little brother. I didn't understand anything, but he liked it. 2 out of 5 stars. All right.
Where are you looking at all
Letterboxd.
Oh, Letterboxd critics. Let's look at IMDb critics.
A lot of these, I just wish Stephen Garrett kissed. Aw.
Aw.
Let's review me. I can handle the truth.
User reviews. Pretty bad movie. Entertaining, but that's about it. A lot of people are criticizing this movie heavily. I don't get why. I mean, it's a kid's movie. It's not supposed to make sense. Ugh, no. Shut up. Shut up. A qualified success.
To state the obvious, the script for a Minecraft movie is incredibly forward, no clear direction, whoever wrote this thing. So to be enjoyed by Minecraft fans, that's fine, but it doesn't excuse this simply being a bad movie. Womp womp. Yeah, Jennifer Coolidge was easily the best part of this film. Yeah, that's fair.
Cash grab? Is
there any other way to describe this?
Flint and steel, with quotes as such, restart to install the newest Windows update, no. With quotes such as a water bucket, release, and they love Crush and Loaf, this cinematic masterpiece truly stands out among its predecessors. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Smash and pretend again. Though you might not expect it at first, at the second one you might, and at the third you're getting closer, and at the fourth you can truly appreciate all the aspects of the film. Jack Black's acting and line delivery, Jason Momoa's extravaganza and overall chemistry of the acting crew. The world building is out of this world, literally, and the CGI is from the future. All I can say now is simply, as a child, I yearned for the mines.
Do you think there's light behind the eyes of that reviewer? Like, do you think there's light? That do you think that there's some...
I think it's ironic, Ryan.
I know, but still. Do you think... He's trying... No, I'm sorry, never mind, that was mean. Don't kill me. Michael, are you gonna kill me?
No.
I'm sorry. Did I come off as mean?
No, definitely a movie. Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay, this reviewer brings up a good point that the accuracy, right? Like, wait, did we already cover this point? I can't even remember what we've talked about. They use, okay, so this isn't, okay, now I remember. So when it comes to making use of the actual Minecraft mechanics that they make use of, they make terrible use of it. Like, there's a point in the film where they go to the Woodland Mansion. And Steve is basically explaining all of the various different mobs you find in the Woodland Mansion. And when they finally get into the Woodland Mansion, like, they do nothing with them. Like, the mobs chase after all of their main characters, but they're not like, oh, we're on this level, so the evokers are here and have like a battle with the evokers. You could cut that entire exposition out and it wouldn't matter. The single greatest film ever produced.
Apparently this movie had at least 5 writers.
Yeah. No message, thankfully.
Shout out the dad who put a 14-year-old kid in a headlock after he threw a giant bucket of popcorn on his son. That's awesome. That is awesome.
You could overanalyze this and conclude that Jason Momoa represents a parody of traditional masculinity. However, the movie is also not shy to large body types and in some ways find provocative. Everyone gets politely bullied in this movie.
I'm glad that there's people trying to take this seriously. Like, God bless them.
The absence of a strong female girl boss is rare in 2025. There are traditional values like the drive to succeed through hard work, aspiring to a strong nuclear family, and the courage to become a hero. The girls are feminine, the boys are masculine. The story reminds me of Tolkien. Quote, the shadow that bread can only mock, it cannot make not new real things of its own. Over-analyzing the Minecraft film.
Superlative.
A total of 100 minutes wasted. Yeah, exactly.
One of the reviews is just... Tomorrow is just, what is it? Two reviews here. One, during my day of rest and relaxation, 1:30 p.m. at the biggest IMAX in the country. 2 people in front of me were way too grumpy to be there and unemployed. Not enough Coolidge. Not enough Coolidge. What a review. Not enough Coolidge. Like, what is that? Brilliant. Can we just like the Minecraft movie, but it's just like everything that went on with Jennifer Coolidge and The Villager, please?
That'd be like a 5-minute film.
No, but like you have like, you know, I don't know. God, can like the Minecraft Villager like go on a date? I don't know.
From an awful disaster of the movie, I have no idea who the target audience is.
A lot of these reviews are in Spanish, so apparently this movie must have played well.
Okay, do we want to look at Minecraft movie lore now?
Minecraft movie fan fiction.
Oh, you know what's happening. Let's go ahead and just go to the Wikipedia page of the what is this? Can we collectively agree that the Minecraft movie isn't part of the lore? I didn't expect to see Maoist propaganda photoshopped with Warner Brothers and Minecraft, but here we are. You're right. Let me
I see that. Brilliant.
Okay, there we go. A Minecraft movie. It's called a Minecraft movie.
I'm sorry. Michael, this movie is one of all time.
The Orb of Dominance. Oh, the Orb of Dominance is from Minecraft Dungeons.
What? The fuck is Minecraft Dungeons?
It was a dungeon crawler game that Minecraft they attempted to make and didn't work. So they're pulling elements from games that most people haven't played. Apparently Dan TDM, Alfmaru, Mumbo Jumbo, and Ella Shadow Lady make cameos. So there are actual Minecraft. I know Dan TDM, but I didn't see Mumbo Jumbo in it. I don't know who these other 2 people are, so...
LD Shadow Lady got a starring role in Minecraft Story Mode. Need I say more?
I see now. A pig wearing a crown appears as a tribute to Technoblade. Yeah, I saw that. Kate McKinnon makes an uncredited cameo as Alex in the post-credit scene.
That was cute. I didn't see it, but I saw a cam rip of that scene.
Yeah. Jason Fuchs was set to write. This man wrote Continental Drift, Pan. That's supposed to say Pan, just Pan. Oh, the Peter
Oh, yeah.
Pan movie, Wonder
Yeah.
Woman. This guy was originally gonna write. McElhenney's Minecraft movie slowly died in the vine. Aaron and Adam Nee were tapped to write the script when the script in the film was delayed as a result. Then Peter Sullett was announced. Entirely different story. A teenage girl and her unlikely group of adventurers for Peter Sullett as they set on a quest to defeat the Ender Dragon. Why didn't you just do that?
Yeah, I was going to say, that sounds more Minecraft than Nether's Got Talent to me.
Hess's involvement in the film began as a separate project he was developing, which never materialized. He was involved in the studio to pitch a take for a Minecraft adaptation. He later said that he enjoyed trying to, quote, adapt something that doesn't have a story. It's an open sandbox game. No! The director doesn't know what Minecraft is.
Oh, I'm disappointed.
No. Oh yeah, when it first released, the Magical Mystery Tour was the intro music. I was disappointed that this didn't no one. Okay, so when the first trailer released with Magical Mystery Tour, my Beatles brain rot segment of my brain suddenly jumped into overdrive. It was like, it would be really funny because they use Magical Mystery Tour if halfway through they all died and they're on hardcore mode, and then it just becomes Magical Mystery Tour starts playing and it just becomes like a Beatles film at that point.
I guess we were all duped into going into a Beatles film.
A
Magical Mystery Tour.
A sequel is an early stage of development.
Oh, for the love of fuck! Seriously.
Let's look up Minecraft movie merch, because consume product and get excited for next product.
Actually, hold on. I have an idea. Hi eBay. A Minecraft movie.
I think. Hold up. No. Oh well. Here we go.
So already you can get the Jack Black
I think
figure.
Dragon Ball Evolution vibes with these figures. Yeah.
I wonder, can we make one of these a flat car load?
Yeah. Oh yeah, there was Minecraft Cineworld exclusive Minecraft cups. Maybe that's what Disney needs, a Beatles Minecraft movie. I have no idea what to think of the Beatles biopic that's gonna come out. Hey Ryan, do you want this shirt? do you want this shirt?
Let's investigate. I would rather wear all of my elf shirts in public, honestly.
The Minecraft movie Happy Meal, that's a thing. Etsy flooded with chicken jockey merch. Thank you, TMZ. You want the Minecraft movie sheets?
What?
Show someone you want to get intimate with this, and they'll surely go ahead and just hop right into bed with you.
Cuddle puddle. I'll buy that for one. I'll buy that for the loft. Yeah, buy that for Pat. Oh my god, Pat would love it. Come on, he would love it.
Goku Crocs. Okay, that's not even Minecraft related. I mean, like, I mean, if you wear this in public 5 years from now, will people even know what you're talking about?
No, probably not. Honestly, like, I feel like this movie is, it's very fast fashion.
Yeah, this is definitely a fad. I'm tired. I'm just scrolling down at this point. Herobrine. Nice clickbait video. uh,
Michael, if we're running out of steam, there is no shame in calling it quits. Because
well,
I too,
any last thoughts on this film?
Michael, I have two words. Two words. Chicken jockey.
Go see this film sometime within the next week. Go to a theater in a college town in a later viewing. Take some of your friends who haven't seen it and just experience it, watch it once, and then never think of it again. That's my recommendation. It's a 1 out of 10. This fails as a movie.
Yes. It fails. Like, majorly. It sucks.
Anyways, well, I think I'm gonna end it here. Do you have anything to say before the stream ends?
Good night, tri-state area.
Bury the platypus. Well, thank you to Gam Wolfers, Berkshire Maniac, Wizard Who Loves Games, Crimson, Luna, Vix for the raid, Lone Wolf Guy, everybody else. I'm gonna go work on model trains and eat something.
Good luck, Michael.
Yeah, I gotta repair my tunnel motor. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I might stream tomorrow with U4, but I'm not entirely sure about that yet. But I will see you